What's up guys, it's Daniel Byer, and today I want to cover my 4x4 method for speed solving the 4x4, and hopefully you can implement this in your speed solves as well and learn from these example solves. So the first thing that I want to do is actually be able to influence the centers and do my first two blocks. So I start off with a right centers, second centers committing to the first block on the left side, and then transitioning to the finish the second block on the right side. So what I'll wind up doing is I'm going to do an F2 wide U prime to build a half bar. I'm going to do a B prime, so that way when I pair up my other edge pair, other half bar, so right side's done, I have a half bar. Not too worried, because really what I like to do is have my half bar inserted, and then as I'm doing that I'm rotating so that way I'm able to then quickly build my second half bar, insert it. I find that those U triggers for inserting the half bars line up quite well. Want to transition to start pairing up my edge pairs. And the last things, I've already done two edge pairs and I happen to have a third one done. Quite nice setup. So I build a 1x3, insert it, and just now the last step is to, for this sake, in this stage, is to build the other 1x3 and insert it. I already have a white edge pair solved, so I've been really fortunate. Two edge pairs have already been solved, so I'll just get that connected to the right centers. It's a matter now of whether I see that this case is coming up, so really just want to look to see what edge pairs I'm going to go for, and I'm actually choosing to, I chose to solve this one, and I see that now when I do, I could pair this up, right? But then I have a bad case here, and I still haven't really fixed this case either. So I'm going to do a U and then finish up my edge pairing for the first block, and then transition. Once I get my first block done, or my second block wing pairing done, I can then worry about solving it. So second block's done. I noticed that I had a half bar of green. I'm building my other half bar of green and dropping that down. And I know that now if my green is going to be my back, I want to get a D of orange. So I've got three. I added a half bar, and I'm basically going to finish up my other half bar with the lone piece, the lone wolf up top in the U layer. Connect them. Drop the second half bar down, finishing up. This is a pretty straightforward case. What's interesting is that the first thing that I notice is that we're going to wind up with a case such that this edge pair and this edge pair are actually matches, but so it's what I mean by that is blue-red, and the other pair is orange-white and orange-white. However, they are bad in relation to one another. So I'm going to flip them and insert a pair. So then I just want to look for another edge pair, and this case is bad too, unfortunately. So I'm going to do another arrowhead flip, and this happens from time to time. And the reason I want to do a D2 is, although maybe it's not finger tricky, when I do, like if I was to do a B2 or something like that, it winds up actually influencing your 3-move triggers have to restore. You have to wind up doing RU2, R prime U2 in order to restore the corners of the first two blocks, whereas you can easily preserve the first two blocks even with a pseudo block here. So like I said, I flipped this pair and I have a unsolved edge pair in the back, so I'm going to actually do a solve pair here as well. So now the last thing is that I've got a solve pair at here at the DF, UL, and UR. I look and I have a good relationship of these two edge pairs, so I know that I can do MU, M prime. Now I did that to basically force my case for the last three centers, because these two line up, and when these two line up, if I have a match on the L slice and R slice, let's reset this, that pseudo block back to being solved with that D2. But I have the UL edge solved, so basically I have a D case. So out of the four cases, or four wing pairs, I have one solved wing pair. That means that the cycle has to be here. I already established that two pieces are a good fit. What I mean by that is I can do either an R, wide R, to pair them up at the UB slot, or a wide L to pair them up at the UL slot. Now the nice thing is that both these cases will put me in a good spot. The next thing is that I'll transition from here, and then now based on this, so there's only four wings, because I know I can pair that up really quickly. The other four wings are here, 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 and here. So I'm looking for a match either about this corner or about this corner. And I see a match here, and what I mean by match is a blue-orange and a blue-orange. Both one piece away from the corner. If it was here, you know, I would see that you would also possibly see where there are two pieces apart. But in this case, it's one, and because I have this UL side solved, basically I'm setting up my soon, and I know that. So I'm going to do an R, wide R move to pair them up. And then because it's close, one, I'm going to do a U, R prime, U, R, U2, wide R prime. What this does is it sets up my case. The other thing is that I have a odd parity, which is unfortunate, but it happens from time to time, right? So the two options, I'm going to cover one option. I could go finger tricky, and now I really think that this is a trade-off, right? Right now I see that I can easily fix odd parity and have a center skip, okay? So I'm going to choose that. I don't know if I have even parity yet or not, but I know that I can skip center the last two centers by doing it here. So I'm going to do the right-handed side algorithm that I showed in the last video. So I'm going to do R2, U2, R, U2, R prime, U2, L prime, U2, R, U2, R prime, U2, L2, M prime. So no matter what, I still need to do my CMLL, and I only did that because I knew like maybe it wouldn't have lined up later on, and so I just wanted those. I just wanted to skip centers as quickly as possible. That's the only time that you really want to apply it, is that if you're taking a risk or a gamble. Now I didn't have double parity, so if I had double parity, I could have done a different algorithm to fix double parity, but I may have still had to fix centers. But so it was a trade-off, it was a gamble, and it paid off because I was able to skip centers and also fix parity at the same time. So that's kind of the gist of it. So I did 4A, 4B, 4C after fixing parity and getting a center skip. Cool, guys. So I hope that helped, and those are the good cases. And that's what I like about the method, is that you can influence the cube along the way in a methodical approach, and you're not undoing steps that you've already done. It's forward progress. Cool, guys.